Hi, I'm Mike Driscoll, the president of Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and it's my pleasure to talk to you today about a great partnership that illustrates a lot of what's right with IUP. We're very pleased to have our students working with Renda Broadcasting to provide you with video broadcast of Heritage Conference football games. Our students are working side by side with professionals in the industry, are making real-world discoveries, learning how to do the business of an actual broadcast, and we know that when they walk out the door, they'll be ready to go to work and be productive immediately. It's a great service, and it's a great way to feature our community athletic teams. Thanks very much.
This is Mark Burdick, Vice President and General Manager of Renda Broadcasting. I hope you're enjoying tonight's telecast of our Heritage Conference Game of the Week. We at Renda Broadcasting are very proud of our partnership with the IUP Communications Media Department and the Heritage Conference. High school football is a part of the fabric of Western Pennsylvania, and every week our 4 radio stations here in Indiana County feature a game. Homer Center Wildcats play on AM 1160 WCCS, the Indiana High Little Indians on AM 1450 WD. The Blairsville Bobcats on Cat Country 106.3 FM, and U92.5 features a different game every week involving Heritage Conference teams. U92 is also the home of the IUP Crimson Hawks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. We're receiving tremendous feedback on our telecasts and are enjoying working with the talented IUP Communications Media students who are making this production the success that it's turned out to be. So we hope you enjoy our coverage, and I thank you for supporting the student athletes who work so hard both in and out of the classroom. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Heritage Conference Football. Tonight's matchup features the Homer Center Wildcats at the Blairsville Bobcats.
Captains are out the middle of the field. Talking with head coach Page earlier this week, he said, well, if we win the toss, we'll probably defer, and that's usually what the Bobcats like to do too, right?
I'm going to go out on the limb and say Blairsville's going to win the toss.
All right, they're lining up. We'll let you know what happens here as they turn them around. Wildcats on the toss, and they will defer.
I lost again.
And the Bobcats will take the opening kickoff.
You know, the philosophy is sound. Especially if it was still raining, I think it'd even be better. Hoping that Blairsville, nerves, weather, perhaps wet ball, wet ground, makes a mistake right off the bat. The big question for me is, will they kick it deep? They've been doing both. They have the capability. Ian Lee can get the ball down to the 10-yard line, yet I've seen them squib kick. So that tells me either they don't have a lot of good tacklers on that kickoff team, or they have too much respect for who's carrying the ball back. And I might lean towards a little bit of both. So I'm looking to see a squib kick here.
Bobcats have had great success with putting together long yardage and clock-eating drives this season. Their red zone offense has been excellent, a lot of short touchdowns. And they will be returning this kick right to left as we get set for the Bobcats and the Homer Center Wildcats here in Cat Country 106.3. And wherever you may be, even if you're sitting in a desert in front of the pyramids listening to tonight's broadcast, we welcome you aboard here tonight to Memorial Stadium.
Blairsville lines up the return with 5 blockers in the front, a 2, 2, and 2 deep area. One of the changes tonight, because of the injury, and he's still playing, to Tyler Lenhart, is Noah Sleesman, a freshman, is taking his place on this kick return team.
Not only do we have the crowd in the stands, good crowd lined up in the end zone. This kick is a grounder, and the Bobcats will field across the 25 to the 30, 35 to about the 37. Still on his feet, and looks like he's going to get close to the 40-yard line. So Blairsville will have the football to open up this football game, 1st and 10.
That's great field position. It's probably not what Blairsville wanted to see, but like I said, there's respect for those 2 returners back there. Dakota Sunday, nice job, probably about a 15, 18-yard return. And most importantly, held on to the ball.
And they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. It will be Scott Thompson at quarterback from the power I. First handoff goes to the deep back and across the 40, across the 50, midfield 40. Down the sideline goes Dion. 20, 15, knocked out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Dion Robinson with a great opening carry to get the Bobcats off and running.
Well, there was a couple missed tackles along the way, but like I've said many times, Dion Robinson presents a real problem once he gets into your secondary. He's probably 20 pounds heavier than most defensive backs, and a couple of guys shied away from him there. I'm sure Homer didn't want that on the first play of the game.
So it goes from the 39 down to the Wildcat 15-yard line on the first play from scrimmage, and the Cats have a 1st and 10. Thompson turns, gives it off to Robinson again. A hold to the outside as he gets inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line.
It's not quite to the first down distance yet, but it's very, very close. Again, same play. It's a stretch to the left. Followed his blockers very well. Great vision. And again, Rodez Henderson, Jacob Smith on that left side have something to do with that.
Pickup of 8 to the Bobcat Homer Center 7-yard line. 2nd down, he'll need 2 for the first down, 7 for the touchdown. Again from the power I. Scott Thompson is under center. Turns, hands it to Dion. To the 5, dances left to the 4, maybe the 3-yard line. And then a host of Wildcat tacklers come up to make the stop.
It looked like that time he was setting it up. He paused, he gave it a good look inside, then decided to go with it. I think if he steps to the outside, he's in the end zone.
Spot of the ball will be at the Homer 4. It will be first, and that's a first down run for Dion. 1st and goal from the Homer Center 4-yard line, opening drive of the football game. Again, those guys up front doing a terrific job for the Bobcat offense.
Bozie McCracken into the game trying to shore up that side of the defensive line.
Quarterback keep by Scott Thompson, down to the 2, down to the 1, and he brings it home into the end zone for the first Bobcat touchdown of the night with 10:48 to play, 6-0 Blairsville.
That was a 61-yard drive in 4 plays.
Nice looking drive for the Cats.
I think it was about 4 plays, Chuck.
Yep, I believe you're right. Scott Thompson with the score.
These kids are pumped. They're pumped on the sideline. The energy level is extremely high.
Stipchak in for the extra point kick. He's been almost perfect, missed just one. There's the kick. It's high enough, it's long enough, it is good. It's an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School sports night. 10:48 to play in the first period. Blairsville 7, Homer Center nothing. Back in 60 seconds. Cat Country 106.3, MSA Sports Network.
I did everything right. I went to college, graduated with honors, but I'm just not getting to where I want to be. I need to get to the next level. What am I missing? Where are these people going? What do they have that I don't? How do I get that edge, that hands-on experience that will put me ahead of the competition? Graduate school at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. That drive took all of 1:12. And the Bobcats with the early lead at 7-0. So we give Dion about 50 yards on that drive, Coach.
Well, the object now after that good PAT, great snap, Jalen Gridbaum, great hold, Scott Thompson, of course Andrew follows through, is don't kick the ball to Ian Lee.
And it's going to be kicked on the ground, and they'll fall on it across the 40-yard line. So they'll get it in pretty good shape here for the first drive for the Wildcats.
I don't think that's what Coach wanted. There was a huge gap between Ian Lee and John Ireland. You know, you want to get it down in that area a little bit. Credit Homer Center's second line. Stop that ball, really shortens the field. You know, again, I thought Blairsville had good field position starting on the 40. They're starting on the Bobcat, their own 43.
Our Wood Chevrolet and Plumville scoring drive after 50 years. Come see why a Wood deal is still a good deal. 4 plays, 61 yards. Thompson, the 4-yard touchdown run. And here comes a missed play at the line of scrimmage, a broken play from the Wildcat quarterback.
It happens to be Brzezinski. He's in the game, and he's going out of the game. He's going over to get a play right now.
Okay.
A little bit of a miscue back there, but it just gave Rodez a lot of time to get down from that outside edge. You really cracked down on him hard for a loss.
So Brzezinski is in at quarterback.
Yeah, I'm very surprised, unless the injury wasn't as severe as they thought it would be. But, they have the people there to make that decision.
Loss of a couple. Second down and 12 now, back to the 40-yard line. Brzezinski, the junior, 5'9", 179 pounds. Offset eye, will hand it off, and they'll cross the 40, kick it outside. The ball was carried that time.
Yeah, it was Ian Lee.
Ian Lee.
Carried the ball off the right side, regained the loss, picked up 2 more on top of that. It makes it about 3rd and probably 8 or 7. Rodez Henderson had a nice chance to make a play in the backfield, just a little too much penetration, got himself too deep, wasn't able to plant that foot and get back in time. He has to break himself down about the depth of the heels of the offensive line, and he can do a lot of damage.
Ian Lee, 568 yards rushing. He gained about a yard. 3rd and 9 now from the pistol for Brzezinski. Has the snap, and he'll give it to the running back coming around to the left side. They'll cross the 45-yard line, and that will be Sasela, who picks up a couple, but they're still going to need a big chunk for the first down.
Yeah, great discipline on that side. Dakota Sunday, along with Jalen Ridbaum and also Cam Livingston, really did a nice job. As action went away, they held their own over there, sat back, waited to see what was coming their way.
4th down, they're going to need 5 from the 47. They are in punt formation. Good snap, line drive kick. Bobcats will watch it bounce, and Livingston fumbles the football, but does fall on it back inside the 10-yard line.
That's very uncharacteristic of him. He took it off the bounce, and I think he was looking at who was coming at the same time. Mishandled it, did not lose any ground, but did not gain any either. But then again, Blairsville 1st and 10 from about their own 14-yard line.
Blairsville with that lead, 7-0 with 9:13 to play here in this first period at Memorial Stadium in Blairsville. Homecoming 2014. Cats will have it 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage will be the 14-yard line. Opening drive went for 61 yards.
Trips to the left, Chuck.
All right, on 1st down. Thompson is under center. Tripodis turns, hands it off, and it's going to be a loss as Dion took the handoff and is hit back around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Matt McAdoo smelled that thing out, closed down the gap. He had a little bit of help there from Tom Rohrer, too. There was nowhere for Dion to go that time. I think they got enough dose of that play in the first series.
Well, Dion loses a couple, back to the 12. 2nd down and 12 now. And if the weather holds out the way it is right now, it's going to be a great night for Heritage Conference and this rivalry that goes back about 88 years. Scott gets back under center. A couple of men are flanked to the left. Dion the lone setback. He's at the 5-yard line. Scott with a long count, wants to throw. Quick hitter out to the 10. It's caught up across the 15 to about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, a little delay pass to Dakota Sunday. Great block. Cameron Livingston springs him out, regained the loss, +4. So we're looking at about 3rd and 6 here.
Put it at the Bobcat 17. With a 3rd down call now. Thompson has not thrown nearly as much this season as he did his first 2, but that Bobcat ground game has been so efficient he hasn't had to.
I think it's been just about the right mix. I know he doesn't probably care for it, but.
And here comes the fake. Thompson left, throws back, caught. 20, 25, and up close to the 30-yard line. Another completion, and that is a Bobcat 1st down, hitting Deion Robinson out of the backfield.
Yeah, his little screen pass off to the left. You got 2 nice blocks downfield by Jake Smith and also Rodez Henderson, and a key block by Cam Livingston. So that thing clicked very well, and it's something that'll hold a rush back. You have to be honest with it. Certainly it was a passing down. A lot of teams don't want to throw out their own end like that, but we have confidence in Scott, and I know Certainly the team does.
Ball sits at the 30. It's a 1st and 10 for Blairsville. They lead 7-0. Handoff comes to Dion. Crosses the 30 to the 35 to about the 37-yard line. And it takes a host of Wildcat defenders to bring him down.
I think they're trying to work a groove over there behind Jake and Rodez. Getting off the ball real nice. Tommy Tripota sealing the inside linebacker from the backside. Probably a double team is coming up on that defensive end out there, Bozy McCracken, which then allows the inside man or outside man to spy the linebacker, slide off on him. It's a great double team play, and Dion has found a home there.
Got it to the 37. They'll need 2. It's 2nd down. Scott Thompson gets under center from the power I. He'll turn. He'll give it off to Livingston, and he's going to have the 1st down across the 40-yard line.
There's a quick trap to Cam. I saw Nathaniel Seitz, he ran past the block. Again, he's a sophomore guard. He has to open up, take his step up into the line, not run flat down the line. But, Cam's pretty shifty. He turned what was probably nothing into something. Called a first down.
Absolutely. 43-yard line of Blairsville. 6:36 left first quarter, 7-0 Bobcats. Scott will now back off. They'll reshift the offense. He'll operate from the pistol. He'll get the snap from Tripota. Turn, give it off to Dion, and he's up close to the 50-yard line. And helping out to make the stop for a Homer center was McCracken.
Matt Cook on the stop.
Good thought on the play. It's a zone concept play. Run to the right side. Dion has to just slow it down a little wee bit. If he slows it down as he stretches to the right, he'll draw more linebacker attention. The cutback alley was there. He read it well, just to slow it down a little bit more.
At the Bobcat 49, 2nd down and 4 for Blairsville. Pistol again for Scott Thompson. Has the snap. Quick hitter again. There goes Dion. Looks like he might be a yard short of the 1st down.
Actually, that was Cam that time. He ran a little toss, cut back beautifully. Like I said, Cam, his vision is as good as Dion's. The burst is a little bit different, but you're talking about 2 premium high school athletes.
That run gets it inside Homer Center territory at the Wildcat 49. It's a 3rd and 2 call here for Blairsville. And we're going to have a timeout. It's at Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night. 7-0 Bobcats back in 30 seconds. Cat Country 106.3 and the MSA Sports Network.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star and who can change the world of a 5th grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
Chuck Clark, Coach Abditori. We are back at our S&T Bank broadcast booth. S&T Bank, my bank, my life. 67 yards on the ground here in the 1st quarter for Deion Robinson.
In 6 carries.
Wow.
Good timeout, make sure everybody's on the same page here. This is a big down. It's 3rd down to about 3.5. I would not be surprised if Blairsville goes on a longer count and tries to draw them offside and take a free one.
5:17 left first period. Bobcats on their opening drive, 61 yards for the touchdown. Worked the ball down the field beautifully with Dion picking up 50 of those. Now it's a 3rd and short here at the Homer 49. Thompson back under center. There's the long count. It worked. Wildcats jump.
Yeah, that's where you want to make sure everybody in your uniform knows what you're doing too. Good concentration on Blairsville's part. Good physical discipline. Good mental discipline there. We'll take that 3-5 anytime.
Yep. Put it down at about the Homer Center 44-yard line. And give the Bobcats a 1st and 10. Scott gets back under center. He hands it off to Dion, cuts it to the right, breaks a tackle, heads to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, is tripped up, or he would have gone all the way.
You got a little trip help there along the way. I think that was Jesse Lee who tripped him. You know, I didn't have him as a starter coming into this game, but he may be replacing Brzezinski. And they moved Sisela back to corner. And, of course, actually after the trip, Matt Cook actually took him to the ground. Looks like there's a flag on the play.
Yep, this one's going to come back.
That's unfortunate.
That wipes out another outstanding run from Deion Robinson, and this will put it back in Bobcat territory at about the 46-yard line.
You know, it's first and about 20. You know, what you're looking back is to get this back in quarters. You know, 5-6 yards here, 5-6 yards there. You don't have to get it all back in 2 plays.
Just over 5 minutes left in this first period. 7-0 Blairsville. Scott Thompson under the center. Motion man left. The pitch is going to come at the 40. That's going to be Deion to the 50 and falls forward to about the Homer Center 49-yard line. We'll wait for the spot.
Yeah, he looked probably one time too many. He had a nice cutback alley there. The blocks were set. You know, trying to look for a little bit more of an alley, and still it's a plus, but it's not what they could have gotten if he makes that original cut. You know, a hold is a backbreaker, and generally 9 times out of 10 when you get caught holding somebody, it's because your feet stopped. And all of a sudden they're beside you and everything is visible, because let's face it, every lineman holds on every play. It's just how you disguise it. If your feet are moving, chances are you're rarely going to get it called.
Dakota Sunday into the Bobcat offense. They have 2nd and 16 at the Homer 49-yard line. Scott Thompson rolls right. Deion's blocking. There's the pass out there. It's going to be caught across the 40-yard line, short of the first down. But it does move the ball deeper into Homer Center territory.
That's a huge gain, Chuck. They need about 3 yards for a first down. Well, I think that spot was a little shy of where it should have been. Somebody got a little lazy running down the sideline. But again, it's 3rd down, about 5 yards. Scott threw a nice strike to a freshman, Dakota Sunday. He ran a great route, a little out, right on the money.
3rd and 5 at the Homer 37. Receiver flank wide left. Great handoff is coming to Deion. Is caught at the 40 and drops. Could not turn the corner.
Nah, he ran that thing just a little bit too wide. The blocks certainly are not going to help or hold that long. The alley actually for the cutback was inside, but you got to credit Bossy McCracken. He read it well. He kept himself inside, outside on Deion and was not going to be denied the tackle. Great play on his part.
Deion stopped at the 40, 4th down and 6. So, Coach, what do you do here?
Oh, you got to go for it. I mean, your defense is playing pretty sound football right now. I like the screen again. I like a draw play here. You know, because Blairsville has that capability to throw the football. You could even see a quarterback draw here.
From the pistol for Thompson. Low snap, picks it up, does want to throw. Looks right, puts the ball in the air. Open is the man. That's going to be a first down at the 40 and down to the Homer Center 35. He had him wide open, and he hit him right on the numbers.
Yeah, again, that's Dakota Sunday, young freshman, you know. Certainly on his way to being a sophomore now. He's got 7 games, including scrimmages under his belt. Scott threw a strike out there, and one thing for certain, he had plenty of time. I think he could have autographed the football before he sent that one.
My numbers have Scott tonight 4 for 4 throwing the ball. That one down to the Wildcat 25, where it's 1st and 10 with 2:37 to play in this opening period. Now Thompson with the handoff. Again, Robinson with the football. Cuts right, has a hole, hurdles over a man, gets the first down, and he's down inside the 15-yard line on the far side of the field, and they finally knock him out of bounds.
You know, a great play call. They ran a zone cutback. You know, the direction, everything's going to the left. Deion plants that foot, gets back to the right, and again, double team started out, get to the second level on those linebackers and wall them off. And like you said, he broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage, then hurdled one. Blairsville has Homer early on their heels.
And that run by Deion down to the Wildcat 10-yard line, and another Bobcat first down with 2:12 to play in the first period. They're trying to make it a 2-touchdown lead here before this period ends. Thompson brings him up to the line of scrimmage now with the I formation behind him. Turns, hands it off. They'll cut to the left. There goes Deion to the 5, to the 4. Does he stay in bounds? He dives. Touchdown, Bobcats! A great run and a great dive at the end of the play by Deion Robinson. 13-0 Blairsville.
You know, again, Chuck, that time they ran a stretch to the left. speed and power. He had a couple guys waving at him, but you can see they really miss Brzezinski in that secondary. He comes down as well as anybody, closing that D gap down. And obviously he's not going to play any defense tonight.
And the Blairsville lead is now 13-0.
There's a lot of time here. I don't think Homer's going to deviate from their game plan, but they do not want to throw the ball more than they run it, but they may find themselves with a need.
Here we go, Stipchak's extra point attempt. It's another good snap, and it's another good kick. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night.
Excellent snap, Chuck. Excellent Jalen Ritbaum snap. Excellent hold, and you got a budding star there, number 1.
2:04 left in the first quarter. Bobcats 14, Homer Center nothing. Back in 60 seconds, Cat Country 106.3.
When I was in high school, I didn't know where I wanted to go to college. But I did know I wanted a major with job potential, and a campus that felt like the right place for me. I chose IUP. I'm studying on a beautiful campus with great professors who focus on student success and 140 academic majors. I'm Megan Spangler. I study nursing. Find your success at IUP.
$14-0. Bobcats with the lead.
I see the kickoff team's made a little adjustment. I look for them to kick it deeper to the right side in the area of John Ireland.
Andrew Stipchak approaches the ball. He sends it down towards the right side. A good kick is going to bounce and roll inside the 5. Cats will pick it up and cross the 15, and that's where the tackle is made.
And that's the adjustment, Chuck. Ian Lee went back. I think he thought it might roll into the end zone, and it actually died on the 4. He picked it up. Cam Livingston, the adjustment from that side, got down there, broke down in front of him. He tried to make his cut, slipped and fell, which is going to happen tonight. But a great kickoff adjustment. Andrew Stipchak really put the air under that ball.
So the Cats will have it, the Wildcats that is, 1st and 10 at their 15-yard line, trailing now 14-0. Our Wood Chevrolet and Plumville scoring drive. Wood Chevrolet and Plumville, we're after 50-plus years. Come see why a good deal is still a Wood deal. We'll get to that in just a bit. Shotgun here for the Homer Center Wildcats. Quick hitter off the left side for a couple of yards. Brzezinski is still in the game. Our scoring summary: Deion Robinson capped off an 86-yard drive, 10-yard touchdown run, 13 plays. They used 7-14. They've almost had the ball coached the entire first quarter.
Yeah, he's looking right now at 10 carries and 95 yards in the first quarter. Hey, real strong play on the right side that time. Jalen Ritbaum and Josh Brown. But what I really like seeing is Rodez Henderson staying home, making sure it's not the boot, and then getting down the line and getting into play.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 16. Pistol formation, Brzezinski. He will keep the football, has a hold at the 20, and then really gets leveled as he gets to the 25 and upended.
Yeah, Scott Thompson really cut his wheels out from underneath him, but Blairsville did not react well to the play. I think most linebackers chased the fake to the right. Brzezinski had a great fake there, keeps the ball. A little risky, perhaps, but maybe he's a lot healthier than we've anticipated.
Well, 2nd down. Now that's enough for a 1st down on that carry to the 25. So it's 1st and 10, inside a minute to play, first period. 14-0 Blairsville. Homecoming night off to a good start here for the Bobcats.
There's a lot of time to play. You got to play the game.
1st and 10 from the 25.
Looks like Ireland in the gun.
Yes, it is. Ireland at quarterback. He'll turn. He will hand it off, and they'll bring it across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. So they've changed quarterbacks. Brzezinski is out. Ireland is in, and that means that Ireland is now your top receiver under center. They run to the 34.
2nd and very short. This is a dangerous passing down for Blairsville to face. It's a good down to try to go for deep balls.
9 seconds left in the period. This is Ireland. Again, a quick hitter. No gain on the play. Defense was there.
Yeah, real penetration there. Rodez Henderson that time. As a matter of fact, he turned around and pancaked his own man and Cameron Livingston on top of the pancake he put on the running back.
That is the end of the first period. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night. Bobcats lead it 14-0 back on Cat Country 106.3 and the MSA Sports Network. This one, okay? All right. Homer Center with the football. They're going to keep it on the ground. They're going to cross the 40-yard line. And Matt McAdoo carries on a 3rd down from the 34.
Yeah, he stepped out of a tackle in the backfield of Jalen Ridbaum. You know, he shores that thing up. Homer Center's going to be punting right now. Credit Matt McAdoo. He ran right out of it.
And that's a 1st down run for McAdoo. Coach Peronish last week in the postgame had a whole lot of praise for Jalen Ridbaum's play and defense against the Colts last week.
You know, he's big and strong. He just has to break down, keep his face on the belt buckle, don't take that shake, and make the play. Run your legs, wrap your arms, make the play.
Homer Center, 1st and 10 from their 44. We open up the 2nd period. Motion man will reset. Looks like one of the Bobcats might have jumped off sides.
Yeah, there's no excuse for that. You know, when you're that close to the ball and something that's drilled, I'm going to talk about a pet peeve of mine, along with looking at 3rd call strike. That's probably the biggest one right there. There is absolutely no excuse to jump offside. Not that close to the football.
Blairsville does. They'll move it to the 49. It was Sasela, the motion man, on that play. So now it gives Homer a 1st and 5 from their 49-yard line. And in at quarterback is John Ireland replacing Aaron Berzanski. Pitch comes to the right side to Lee. At the 50, inside Bobcat territory at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Blairsville ran a rare blitz that time. I think, again, it got a little too deep in the backfield. That blitz has to break down at heel line, find the football. Again, Rodez Henderson stretched it out very nice, boxed it in, and everybody was able to get there and make the play. And led by Jake Smith, scrambling down the line. Nice job.
Ian Lee takes it to the Blairsville 48. 2nd down. Homer Center will need 3 for the 1st down. Blairsville with the lead, 14-0, opening moments of the 2nd quarter. Homecoming tonight here at Memorial Stadium in Blairsville. They'll split a man wide to the left. That will be Hummel. From the shotgun formation, they're going to do a direct snap back to Ian Lee, and as he catches the snap, there's a flag and a whistle.
Yeah, it's going to be encroachment on the offense. That thing's going back 5 yards, so the 5 Blairsville gave up, they just got back.
There it is. So that will cost the Homer offense 5 yards.
This is something I watched in the pregame. They had Ian Lee running out of the Wildcat formation again, adding a lot of things probably to the, preparing for the absence of their starting athletic, and I mean very athletic quarterback.
That penalty will put it at the 46 of Homer Center, and the Wildcats will have a 2nd down and 8.
Same formation.
Yep, they're going to load up the backfield. Ireland gets the snap. Nope, no, I'm my mistake. You're right. The same direct
Oh my gosh. Great play, Rodez Henderson. He not only took on the block, he reached over top of the block and grabbed Lee. Big play. It looks like there's a flag over there, and everybody's clapping. So we'll see what happens.
That will be the 3rd penalty in a row. Again, that direct snap came back to the running back, Ian Lee. And now this one goes against Blairsville.
It's a face mask. You know, Chuck, truthfully, nobody likes to see that. That's an air of aggressiveness, and you certainly can't be angry with that, but I believe it's also 3rd down.
Back to the 46 now. This time it's on the Blairsville side. Coach Hartley has that look of, what was that?
Okay, they took the gain and get the down over.
2nd down, they'll need 2 now. And we'll see what they do again from that Wildcat. Here comes Lee with the ball, 45, 40, has a block at the 30. And to about the 28-yard line, Ian Lee, a 1st down run for Homer Center.
You know, as much as I talked about Blairsville being responsible away from the action, that shotgun Wildcat formation was designed to go to the left. Ian Lee, great vision, cuts it back to the right, and somebody left home. And he was down, almost broke for a touchdown. Scotty Thompson saved that touchdown. Blairsville takes a timeout.
Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night, 14-0 Blairsville, back in 30 seconds. Cat Country 106.3, MSA Sports Network.
Now we're getting killed on the boards. This is your territory, Grimson. Do your job.
Grimson. Hello? Oh, hi, honey. Al? All right. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Love. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better.
Attention football fans, parents, players of all levels. For all the bumps and bruises along the way, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is there for you. Remember, Urgicare is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturdays and Sundays from 9 to 5. Get in, get out, get better with the help of Urgicare at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge and on the main campus of Indiana Regional Medical Center. 1st and 10 for the Homer Center Wildcats. They have the ball now in the Blairsville 29.
In the Wildcat, and this is a deep Wildcat.
And the snap almost over Lee's head. He pulls it down, dances to his right, pushes forward to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, he was about at 6 yards on that long snap formation, but he's a good running back. You know, 1st and 10, he picks up 4 or 5 on the first carry right off that right side. So, you know, they're working something there. I think the Blairsville's front has to find their discipline again. Remember, they're not making plays by themselves. They have a job to do prior to the play, so get your job done first.
Lead of the Bobcat, 25, 2nd down and 6. Again, they're going to stick with that Wildcat defense. Lee gets it again, stops, goes to his right, cuts inside the 25. For those fans here in the stands watching this Wildcat offense, Coach, it brings some of your blockers back toward the running back and gives a little bit more of a cushion back there.
Well, what he's doing, he's just following the 2 lead blocks up inside. Jake Smith made great penetration that time, but he didn't get any help. You know, he has to break down and make that play. Again, one-on-one with a 230-pound defensive end. I'll take Ian Lee anytime, but the rest of those guys have to report to the football. 3rd and a big 4.
And no doubt the loss of Brzezinski, the reason why this Wildcat offense is being run here. This time he hands it off, Lee does. McAdoo left side at the 20, tries to cut it up. He's hit from behind and is actually thrown forward to the 15-yard line by Jalen Ridbaum, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, good play. They ran the zone out of the gun, out of the Wildcat. You know, Ian Lee hands the ball to McAdoo, but his fake alone carried Blairsville's linebackers. They're so cognizant of him. Great play action, great result.
John Ireland comes back into the offense. Homer has a 1st and 10 at the Blairsville 15, trailing 14-0. So again, that Wildcat offense in operation here. Lee gets it. He tries to go to the right, and they grab him by the jersey and pull him down.
Yeah, Rodez Henderson once again. He just manhandled the blocker over there, played over top. Fortunate to get his hands on that jersey. You know, again, he's got to work himself a little bit wider, keep his hips upfield. He had himself turned in a little bit, but again, athletes make athletic plays, and he is one.
Loss of 3 to the 18, 2nd and 13. Want to welcome the IUP television crew here tonight, filming this game, and it will be shown next week on the IUP TV station, also online on heritageconference.net. 2nd down and 13 for Homer Center at the Blairsville 18-yard line. So Ian Lee now will await that snap from center. He has a man to his right. It's over his head. It's on the ground. Lee picks it up back near the 40-yard line, and Homer will have it, but that's a big mistake.
Well, again, he had no chance to field that. You know, I think the center is getting his hands filled up in there between Josh Brown and also J.D. Fazer. Might have rattled him a little bit, but you want to talk about putting a team behind the sticks. Right now, they're way behind the sticks.
They fall on it on the 37, so it's now a 3rd. They'll need 33 for the 1st down. 6:50 to play, first half. Blairsville 14, Homer Center nothing. Both teams undefeated. Wildcats have, I believe, a 13 or 15 game conference winning streak on the line tonight.
John Ireland brings the play in. He's the throwing quarterback.
And now he will operate from the shotgun. He will roll left. Stops, throws it down, left side. McAdoo, it's kind of inside, intercepted. Bobcats pick it off at the 10, 15, 20, 25, up across the 40. Inbounds at midfield, 50. Livingston at the 40. Livingston with the football down the sideline, spins at the 20, and is finally brought down at about the 18-yard line. Cam Livingston with the pick, and the Bobcat defense comes through again.
You know, again, if you look at Homer Center, you know, they pretty much lost that dimension of surprise on any given play. You have a quarterback who's going to run the ball. You have a quarterback who's going to throw the ball. Great pick. You know, that could have easily been dropped. You judged that thing. He got it at its peak. It looks like there's a flag here. Somebody must have done something way behind the play. That's extremely unfortunate. I had no idea seeing what it was, but that's ridiculous too. And it looks like for Homer Center, Jesse Lee and number 74, Adam McCombs-Hilliard, actually saved a touchdown. Unfortunate for Blairsville, though. Something happened here, and we've not gotten a signal yet.
Now it looks like the Cats may still have the ball.
Oh, they certainly have the football. This was after the play.
So Blairsville will get the football. 6:12 to play here in the first half.
Where's the white hat? There he is.
We'll wait for the mark.
Well, it's going to be marked off from that point.
But Cam Livingston comes through again. Let's see here. I think he's up among the leaders.
Yeah, that's his fourth. That's his fourth interception on the season.
Yeah, it is. And that gives him the lead now. He has scored a touchdown off an interception this year.
We still don't have a signal.
No, and they haven't put the ball down yet.
Looks like a 10-yard mark off. Nah, 10-yard mark off. Did you get a signal?
All they signaled was first down. We know that.
Well, unfortunately, though, again, when you're looking at something 30 yards behind the play, really, you know, that's just being undisciplined and selfish. There's no excuse for that.
They're going to put it at the Bobcat 32-yard line. And the important thing is the Bobcats have the football and the lead 14-0. Thompson from the pistol formation. Long count, has the snap. Inside handoff. Here comes Dion across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line.
That was Cam Livingston, Chuck. Those two are lined up so close together there. He hit that quick trap inside again. Nate Seitz, good job that time. Got himself up inside.
So it's Livingston who's done it defensively with a pick and has had a couple of nice runs for the Cats here.
He just ran about 50 yards. Yeah. No rest for the weary. Just give it right back to the horse.
And that's a first down run. 1st and 10 from the 37. So now they'll spread it out. Twin receivers left. Thompson takes his time. Gets under center with 4 seconds left in the snap clock. Has the football. Swings a short pass. It's dropped, I believe, at the 35.
Doesn't matter. It was a lateral and a recovered fumble.
All right.
You know, he never had any chance to catch that ball. It was thrown down by his ankles, Cam. That's supposed to be a little swing pass. I don't know whether Scott lost the grip on it or what, but we lost 2 yards on that play.
That's about as short a pass as you can throw.
Well, it's a lateral. Again, I think it should have been a little wider. I don't think he wanted it to come out of his hands at that point. You know, he had 2 blocks set up out there to get Cam on the edge.
It'll be second down. First half clock, 5 minutes, 7 seconds. On the scoreboard, Bobcat 14, Homer Center nothing. Second down now, they'll need about 13 for the first down. And back to pass is Thompson, here comes the rush. Gets it off, it's caught, and then a good defensive stick by Homer Center back to about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, Matt McAdoo read it very, very well and shed the block. He made a nice football play there. Come up again. Blairsville 3 or 4 more yards behind the chain now.
Short pass, was that Dion who caught the ball?
Yeah, it was Dion, but Matt McAdoo read it very, very well. He saw them set up. Again, there's people assigned to that block, and somebody blew an assignment there, but here, that's high school football.
Back to the 32, makes the 3rd and 16 call now for the Bobcats. Pistol formation, twin receivers right, Thompson looks, has time, now steps up into the pocket, cuts back to his left, still has the football, comes around to the right now, he's back at the 15, being chased, throws the football, open man at the 40, and he dropped the ball Sunday. Well, if he catches that one, he's deep into Homer Center territory.
Yeah, I think he was reading the dispatch.
Whew.
You know, he had that ball caught, and he's down the sideline. Perhaps he scores with a cutback, but you know, he's made 2 nice plays. 9th grader, you're going to have that.
Wide open at the 42-yard line. 4th down now, I'd say it's punting situation for Blairsville.
Certainly is, and it's another opportunity to not let Ian Lee touch the ball.
Scott Thompson averaging about 41 yards per punt so far this season. He'll stand back at the 15 and await the snap. It is a good snap. Scott gets the kick away, a line drive, will hit, bounce, picked up at the 30, across the 35, backtracking to the 30, back up to the 35, across the 40, midfield 50-yard line, and a pretty good return by the Homer Center Wildcats.
Yeah, great return on Ian's part. 2 missed tackles, but that's what good backs do. They make you miss. Again, a running back like that, you have to focus on his belt buckle. You can't be looking at his head. He's going to shake you every time. You can't lead with your arms either. Your feet have to keep moving. And on Scott's part, he did not want to punt him that football. That should have gone much further to the left, and especially, in this case, out of bounds.
And it puts it at the Bobcat 48-yard line on that return from Ian Lee with 3:52 to play in the first half. Blairsville with the lead, 14-0. And we have a timeout, we do. It's at Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night. 14-0 Blairsville will take this 60-second timeout. Cat Country 106.3, MSA Sports Network.
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe.
Would it be okay if I sat here?
Is she serious? Whatever. New girl.
Reaching out. Pass it on.
So don't you bring me
a message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Homer Center 1st and 10 from the Blairsville 48. Hand off to Lee. Cuts it to the right side to about the 45-yard line. Couple of various scores. Penns Manor leading Marion Center 21-0. Purchase Line ahead of Northern Cambria 8-0.
Yeah, Jarn Ireland, the quarterback under the center, ran a little lead to the right. They didn't have an answer for Jake Smith or J.D. Fazer. Both made the stop, allowed about 5 other guys to get in the action too.
Gain of 2 to the 46, 2nd down and 8, 3:20 left first half. Bobcats with 2 touchdown drives in the first period. They have a pass interception here in this second quarter. So Ireland gets under center, has the snap, turn, hands it off, and they'll cross the 45-yard line, get down to maybe the 43. And for Homer Center, Jesse Lee, a sophomore, 5'1", 219 pounds, with the carry to the Blairsville 43-yard line.
You got to be a little taller than that. Maybe 5'8".
Hey, possibly.
5'1", 219.
That's
pretty low.
Probably a misprint on my part.
I think I got 5'8" on mine.
Scott, all right.
We'll give him those 7 inches and spread that weight around a little bit.
3rd and 6. Football at the 43. They'll spread them out. Wide left and wide right, and there's a whistle.
Timeout.
A timeout. It's going to be called, so that means that we can step out. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night, 14-0 Blairsville, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Cat Country 106.3, MSA Sports Network.
A little voice came on the phone and said, Daddy, when you come home. He said the first thing that came to his mind, I'm already there. I'm already there. Take a look around. Oh, I'm already
Pass it on.
2:24 left. We're back in our S&T Bank broadcast booth here at Memorial Stadium in Blairsville. Chuck Clark and Coach Abditori, 14-0. Blairsville with the lead. Homer has the football. It's a 3rd and 6 at the Blairsville 43. And the center across the way. Now they break out of their huddle.
I like what they do there. They come out of the huddle, out of the timeout, on the ball, have the play ready to go.
John Ireland replacing Aaron Berzanski at quarterback. Berzanski with the draw handoff. He's going to keep the football. He throws it to the left. It's going to be caught. McAdoo has it. That should be a first down. Nice fake by Ireland. And see, getting up a little slow over there.
Well, he took a shot. He took a shot, and Lee took a shot on the play fake. Looked like they faked a draw action. A little too soft over here on McAdoo's side. You know, that ball probably could have been picked, but hey, credit John Ireland. He's in an emergency quarterback situation here. He's a junior. He could be heir to the throne next year, but you know, again, I'm not quite in the know of what they have on their freshman program either.
Completion to the Blairsville 34. That's a 1st and 10 for Homer Center. Penalty marker and a whistle right at the snap. Offside. Wildcats is what they're signaling.
That means essentially they lined up in the neutral zone.
And there's 2 minutes now. So if the Bobcats can keep Homer Center out of the end zone here, we will go into the locker room with a 2-touchdown advantage. So move it back to the 39.
Makes it 1st and 15, and again, Blairsville wants to keep them in front of the sticks, in front of the secondary right now. I think they have to open up a little bit on 1st down myself. It can't be very predictable here and continue to run the ball on 1st and 2nd down. And they come out in a spread formation. Out of the gun.
1st and 15 from the 39. Clock running, 1:43 to play in the half. Ireland with the snap. Rolls to his right. Looks that way. Going to keep the football 40 to about the Bobcat 35-yard line.
You know, Rodez had the right idea that time. He had a good pass move on his man. He ran a spin move, but that would have been a great move from the right side because that would have kept him in the alley for contain. He spun himself to the inside and lost his contain edge there.
Quick lineup here for Homer Center. 1st and 10 from the 35. Again, Ireland wants to throw. He does. Far sideline caught, and then really bumped out of bounds was Ian Lee.
Yeah, great throw, John Ireland. That was, I think that was McAdoo. 24 McAdoo,
okay.
The slot back. He's the inside receiver. He ran the out, but Ireland was under a lot of pressure by Rodez Henderson. You know, Rodez coming upfield has to go where he anticipates he's going. He has to keep that alley, and by cutting inside, he's actually giving him the edge. He has to stay a little bit wider. That's something that can be corrected at halftime.
Just over a minute to play and a half. Completion to the Bobcat 29-yard line. 3rd down and 5 for Homer Center. From the shotgun, before Ireland gets the snap from center, another flag. In for the Cats will be Bubba Seitz. And now Blairsville is called for offsides.
Either a movement, again, same culprit, no excuse. There's no excuse. That's a free 1st down. There is no excuse for that.
And this will move it to the Blairsville 24. And it's 1st and 10 with 1:04 to play in the half. So
Keep them in front of the sticks. That's what they're looking at. They are single setback, be leery of the draw here.
Motion man behind Ireland, Sasela. Pitch back, it comes to Lee. Right side, turns the corner. Going to get about 6, maybe 7 yards.
Yeah, a lot of yards after collision there. He was actually hit on a 3-yard gain and picked up 3 more. Clock still runs. Homer has 2 timeouts. He must have called 2 plays in the huddle.
At the 19. Quick offense here for Homer Center. Ireland rolls left. Here comes the rush. They've got him. He gets loose. They get him from behind. He still gets loose. Ireland just throws it. It's caught at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, two almost sacks there, but almost don't count. Rodez Henderson had him, lost him. Tyler Lenhart had him, lost him, and to his credit, he had the shuffle pass to Jesse Lee, who's able to get the ball basically back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain.
Homer Center calls timeout. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night. 14-0 Blairsville. Back in 30 seconds. Cat Country 106.3, MSA Sports Network.
Ever since I can remember, I have loved theater and I have loved acting. I also have a passion for working with kids with special needs. Indiana University of Pennsylvania helped make both of my dreams come true. I'm Trisha Ray Stahl. I'm a 1998 graduate of IUP, and I'm a working actress. I have a recurring role on Fox Television's Glee, and I also work with kids with special needs. IUP, find your success.
That quick Homer Center shovel pass puts the ball at the Bobcat 16-yard line. It's 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, again, the biggest thing for Blairsville right now is knowing Homer has one timeout. Make them use it if you have to. Don't let them get out of bounds, number one. Keep him in front of the secondary. You know, they got to get that rush upfield and in first. There's too much of an angle coming off the edge there. They had him twice, and I think the biggest answer to that problem is run to the quarterback, run through the ball carrier. Don't run with your arms extended. You're actually slowing yourself down.
30.6 seconds left in the first half. 14-0 Blairsville. Homer Center, their best penetration of the night. 3rd down and 4 from the Blairsville 16-yard line.
Empty set. He better get it off in a hurry.
John Ireland under center. Motion man goes behind him. Ireland rolls to the right. Looks, throws it to the sideline, throws it too far. Incomplete. Will stop the clock. 26.2 to play.
And you know what? Jesse Lee, well, I'll take that back. That was Ian Lee. He was open. He puts that ball on him, gets a little more roll to the right. He was open. You know, Blairsville right now has to be concerned with getting some bumps on these receivers. They're not disrupting any routes. It's a good time for Blairsville to take a timeout and discuss that problem. They have to knock these guys off their routes.
IRMC High School Sports Night coverage continues. 14-0 Blairsville. We're coming right back to our S&T Bank broadcast booth after this 30-second timeout. Cat Country 106.3.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
26.2 seconds to play in the first half. 14-0 Blairsville. Biggest 4th down call of the game. 4th down and 4 for Homer at the Blairsville 16.
Blairsville has to get a little bit of a rush this time. They went in total coverage package that time. Again, that would have burnt time off the clock had the ball been caught. It was thrown away. The clock stops. If they allow first down, the clock stops. They still have one timeout left.
Wildcats come out of the huddle. They're back into that Wildcat formation. Here's the snap to Lee. Takes it. 15. Has a hole at the 10. Down to about the 5-yard line, but that will give them a first down with 19.6 seconds to play. They'll stop the clock to move the sticks on the far sideline. Put the football at the Blairsville 5-yard line. 1st and goal for Homer Center. And they're just going to spike the ball as Ireland gets the snap and stops the clock with 18.1 to play.
They still have one timeout left.
It will be a 2nd and 5 at the Blairsville 5-yard line. Actually, put it at the 6-yard line.
Well, actually, Chuck, I wouldn't be afraid to run that Wildcat again to Lee. You know, just his motion to the right drew a lot of people, and he hit the cutback alley like a good back does.
Here they come out.
And that's exactly what they're in.
2nd and goal from the 6 from the Wildcat. Lee gets the snap, heads to the right, to the 5, to the 4, to the 3, down near the 2-yard line. Is he in?
Yes, he
is.
You
Touchdown.
Football game on your hands now.
Homer Center, 14-6 Blairsville. 11 seconds left in this first half. Ian Lee takes it in.
Penalties are costly. You know, Ian Lee, quality back. You know who's going to get the ball. You got to play football. 14 points is not going to be enough to win this game.
14-6. They'll try the extra point from the kick. Joshua Campbell. I'm sorry, let's make that Mike Schmidt. Schmidt, it's blocked by Scotty Thompson. How about that?
Just like it's drawn up.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Extra point is blocked. So the Wildcats only come out of there with 6 points.
That's a huge play. That is a huge play in a 14-6 game. Partially because, you know, momentum starts to slide the other way when you get a touchdown with 11 seconds to go in the half. But to come back and stuff the PAT down their throat, I think is a huge swing in momentum going the other way. Fortunate.
So our Wood Chevrolet scoring drive, we remind you that Wood Chevrolet in Plumville, where after 50-plus years, come see why a Wood deal is still a good deal. Homer Center gets on the board for the first time. It's a 48-yard drive. They scored with 11 seconds left in the half. Ian Lee, a 6-yard touchdown run. The extra point kick was blocked, and the Bobcats now lead it 14-6.
Again, I look for a squib kickoff here. It's going to take some time off the clock. You know, if Blairsville wants to go for broke, send one downfield, they're going to have to get this ball and down it in a hurry. If it's a decent kick, the return is on, so we'll see what happens.
Hans team will be in there for Blairsville. 11.5 seconds left in the first half. Moments ago it was a 14-point lead. Now it's down to 14-6. So they'll tee it up at the 40-yard line. And that will be Matt McAdoo who will kick it off. With 11.5 to play. And he will keep it on the ground, straight down the middle. And Blairsville picks it up across the 20 to the 25, 30-yard line. Still on his feet, and he's on to the 40, 45, 50. Inside Homer Center territory, 45, 40. Livingston to the 30, cuts back to the left, 15, 10, 5. He has the end zone in sight, and we have a Bobcat touchdown tonight.
Unbelievable.
How about that?
A way to end the half. You want to talk about a back-breaking play. That was a squib kick designed to have Blairsville basically fall on it. Cam Livingston picks that thing up, zigzags his way, multiple blocks up front, but primarily just his elusiveness. There were probably 5 Homer Center players that had their hands on him legitimately, and he just shook them off. He wanted that end zone and wanted it badly. That was might be one of the best run backs I've ever seen in 40-plus years of football.
Now we'll get the official yardage on that in just a bit. Stipchak in for the extra point. Thompson with the hole. There it is. There's the snap, and it's another good one.
Huge.
Yep.
Huge momentum swing. My goodness, if you didn't see that play, then shame on you for about 50 years.
About 77 yards.
77 yards.
Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Cam Livingston.
Out there. This is high school football. I've seen stranger things happen, and I think that the key right now is what happens on this first drive.
Ian Lee, 62 yards on the ground in that first half from that Wildcat position. So we are just about set. Stipchak will get that ball lined up at the 40-yard line. And here come the Wildcats. One of the longest running series in Indiana County football.
8, 9, I'll probably in the 20s.
I think, yeah.
Let's say that's when that started.
I think it's the 88th meeting between these two teams. So here we go. Blairsville to kick off to start this third quarter.
They do not want to give the ball to Ian Lee. I know that right now.
And this kick is going to be end over end and short. Be fielded by Ireland, 25 to the 30. Now retreats, goes back inside the 30. There's that kick coverage by the Bobcat special team. We'll wait for the spot of the football.
Hey, guess what? They're going to get a little bit of forward progress there, but truthfully, Cam Livingston makes the tackle, but he makes the tackle because the freshman, Dakota Sunday, really kept his contain out there, did not let him bounce, and he was trying to bounce back to the outside. Dakota was there, forced it back inside, and both he and Cam sealed the deal. That's exactly how it's drawn up. That's exactly how it's supposed to happen, and they got the ball shy of the 30, so the ball was caught on about the 21. You're looking at about a 6-yard return. We'll take that any day.
They're going to put it at the 27, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats to start this third quarter. And there goes that Wildcats. They're going to hand it off to McAdoo. He's going to be hit a short gain on the play. It came back to Ian Lee, and he just turned around and handed it off to Matt McAdoo for a short gain.
The difference in the play was Nathaniel Seitz, Bubba Seitz, getting off of his block, keeping low. He took on both defenders. Actually, Ian bounced it to the outside where Jalen Ridbaum was there just to seal it down. That's textbook football.
And they'll mark it with no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for Homer Center.
These guys up front have to realize they have a job to do. They got to get punch, press, and then play the football.
Wildcat alignment again. 2nd down. Here comes Lee to the right, to the 30. They string him out, and I don't think he's going to make the 30.
Nah, it's Cam Livingston again. I think, first of all, Rodez Henderson did a real nice job making the bounce. Comes up and fills the alley, and on the outside of that, you had Scotty Thompson coming downhill also in that D gap, so they had that play diagnosed very well.
Just shy of the 30 at the 29. 3rd down, then they'll need 8 for the 1st down. Big series here for Homer Center because they don't want to give up the football to the Blairsville Bobcats, trailing 21-6 here in the early part of this period.
Again, Lee in the gun in the Wildcat.
And he gets the snap. Again, he hands it off to McAdoo. He fights for a couple of yards, short of the 35-yard line, and it looks like Homer's going to have to punt the football away.
I know right now Blairsville's talking about be leery of the fake punt. When you're down by 14, this is a great opportunity to run a fake. I think Blairsville's a very well-coached, well-disciplined team. They're not going to let that happen. They're going to have to eat this microphone, but they can't let that happen here.
All right, Ian Lee, the Homer Center kicker, averaging 34 yards a kick, gets a good snap, gets a pretty good kick, high, end over end, bounces at the 40. Blairsville will just watch it roll, and Homer Center will down it right there. So Blairsville will get the football for the first time in the second half, and the lead at 21-6.
That was a nice punt, Chuck, because he paused. He allowed his coverage to get downfield. Blairsville has 2 edge guys who come up and have to force that punt. I think they were more concerned about making sure he wasn't going to dump the ball to either his personal protectors. He has 3 of them back there. They didn't get a lot of pressure that time. That's something they have to think about. And our linebackers, of course, have to play over the top.
And the Cats will have it 1st and 10 at their 37-yard line. Under center, Scott Thompson, power I formation. And they're going to hand it off to the right side. Comes Dion across the 40 and then pushed out of bounds just short of the 45-yard line.
That was a good move, but there was some quick footwork by the cheerleaders because about 5 of them almost got trucked there. I'm glad they saw him coming.
2nd down as Dion runs for a pickup of 7. That'll put him over 100. Give him right around 112 on the game. 2nd down and 3 now. And they'll put it at 45.
I know Blairsville like to keep the ball on the ground, eat up clock. You know, the greatest way to stop Homer Center right now is just don't give them the ball.
And that's basically what they did in that first half. Now from the pistol for Thompson. 2 blockers beside him. Gives it to the straight hitter. And there's Livingston. 1st down, 40, 35, 30. They catch him from behind at about the 28. What a night he's having.
Again, that was Jesse Lee on a touchdown-saving tackle, and I like the way he did it. He secured the tackle with his left arm. He tried to sweep the ball loose and cause the fumble, but, you know, Cam's a veteran. He knows how to protect the football, but what a great play. It's a counter zone. Everything's going to the left. He gets that handoff, cuts it back to the right, and believe me, Dion going to the left draws a crowd.
That run from the 45 to the Homer Center 27, 1st and 10 Blairsville. The handoff draw. Here it comes to Dion off the right side. He's going to stay in bounds inside the 10. Boy, walking down that sideline.
Well,
Dion
one of the
Thompson.
things that a lot of people, if you weren't here to see it, and of course, if you're just watching the ball carrier, you missed a beautiful crackback block. Let me see who that was there. It was Dylan DiRenzo. Not only did he crack back on his man, but he caught him so off guard, he actually cut the linebacker. So he got a 2-for-1 special there. And, of course, Dion, you don't have to give him a whole lot of leeway.
Mm-hmm. Dion stepped out at the 14, but it's another first down for the Bobcats. They can get a first down here and get another set of downs to go with it. Scotty Thompson now with a long count. The straight handoff to Dion to the 10. So there's a pickup of 4 or 5 on that carry.
Yeah, good solid carry again. Little zone, inside zone. You know, broke a tackle, but, you know, right on the spot there for Homer Center was Matt McAdoo. Good open field tackle. He had a little bit of help. You need a little bit of help with Dion.
We'll put it at the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 needed for the first down. 11 would give them a touchdown. And they'll send out Ricky Shirley wide to the left. Receiver DiRenzo to the right. Thompson under center. Here comes the handoff to Dion, to the 5, to the 4, to the 3, and he's in. He stayed in bounds for a touchdown run. Dion Thompson of 11 yards, and it puts the Bobcats now up 27-6.
Well, one indicator of momentum, Chuck, is who gets off the ground first. There were a lot of white shirts getting up very, very slowly that time. Dion trucked someone going into the end zone. You know, he's certainly a force to be reckoned with. And again, it ate up a lot of clock there, which is also in Blairsville's favor.
So the Bobcats, first offensive series of this third quarter, put 6 more on the board. They're going to try to make it another 7 here. Stipchak with the extra point attempt off the hold by Scotty Thompson. There's the snap. Here comes the kick, and he is perfect again. And Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night. We have 8:27 left third period. Blairsville 27, Homer Center 6. Back in 60 seconds. Cat Country 106.3, MSA Sports Network.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star and who can change the world of a 5th grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
Well, after further review, Stipchak's extra point was just a little bit wide. So it's a 27-6 Blairsville lead.
I'd like to have a review.
Boy, it looked perfect from up here.
Well, they have a better angle than we do.
27-6. And our Wood Chevrolet and Plumville scoring drive. Wood Chevrolet, we're after 50-plus years. Come see why a Wood deal is a good deal. 63 yards, 11 plays, a minute 21. Robinson from 11 yards out.
I look for like a high pooch kick this time in the same general area. Don't give them a lot of time to recover, get your bodies downfield.
Here's the kick, high end over end. Chases the Wildcats back to the 8. They fumble it, pick it up at the 6, to the 10, now to the 15. Lee goes wide to the right, and he gets a little bit up the sideline. I think he's going to be short of the 20.
Yeah, good coverage. You know, obviously dropping the ball hurts him, but you know, Tommy Tripodis, Rodez Henderson got over there. You know, I mentioned a lot of times in these games, Chuck, I talk about D gap, C gap, B gap. And what I mean by that is anything between the center and the guard is considered the A gap. The B gap is between the guard and the tackle. The C gap is between the tackle and the tight end, and the D gap is that area outside of the tight end. So you hear me say that.
Yeah, I hear you.
I know you do.
1st and 10 for Homer. Again, they'll line up in that Wildcat offense. Ian Lee Well, actually, McAdoo will take that snap, but he'll hand it off to Ian Lee instead. Short gainer.
You know, again, Blairsville, what I really like about that play and the stop there, it's under 3 yards. You know, their goal is under 3.5 yards on each significant running down, and when you get good punch off the ball and press separation, you make yourself able to make more tackles, and I think the adjustment made with the linebackers has helped a lot too. We thought in the first half our linebackers were too close to the line of scrimmage. They got caught up in the mess most of the time and weren't able to make plays or find the ball carrier, but the adjustment, as you can see now, is 5 yards.
2nd and 8 from the 20. Ian McAdoo back there, and this is going to be McAdoo keeping the football up short of the 25-yard line. I think back in my day we called the gaps the hole, the 4-hole, the 3-hole.
Well, you know, you can still, I'm talking from a defensive perspective now. From the offensive side of the ball, you know, they're still lettered. But, you know, again, there's a whole terminology of how you line up your defensive lineman. And instead of asking them or your offensive lineman, where's he lined up on you, they'll tell you what technique. Whether he's head up on me as a tackle, we call that a 4 technique. Instead of pointing into your hand saying, I think he's a little bit over here. That's how it was when I played.
3rd and 4 from the 25 from Homer Center. And they're going to throw this one. McAdoo wants to, being chased to the right. And boy, just as he went to get rid of it, which he didn't, he was leveled by that Blairsville defense.
Yeah, it was a shot put on him by Rodez Henderson. Again, Rodez did exactly what he's supposed to do there. He made his contain, then he made his close. He did separate the football. Fortunately for Homer Center, it was on the sideline and it went out of bounds, which forces a 4th down and about 8.
And they'll keep it right at the Wildcat 25.
Blairsville should be trying to set up a return this time, and it looks to me like they are, and I'm going to say they're going to come towards this bench.
McAdoo back in punt formation, gets a good snap, gets a high kick, gets a floater, and the Cats will field it, and they fumble it, but I think they recovered at about the Homer Center 48-yard line.
You know, again, a very good punt. Had a lot of hang time, probably should have gone for the fair catch there. I know what they were trying to do. They're trying to set up the return, but, you know, thinking about your next move and catching the ball, that's difficult to do on any level. Fortunately, to get the ball back. Fortunately,
yeah, a little scary, so they will put it at the 48-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 for Blairsville here in this 3rd quarter. 6:40 to play. Blairsville with the lead, now 27-6. I think for Andrew Stupchak, that's only his 2nd miss of the year. He had one the first game down at Westinghouse, and he's been perfect on his PATs after that. Twin receivers right. Under center, Scott Thompson. Long count. Has the snap. Swings the ball to the right. Caught. 50. 45. And still on his feet is Dakota Sunday. Falls forward to about the 43.
Yeah, it's something Blairsville's worked on. It's a little stay pass. It's a screen. Had 3 receivers up to the right side, both of them going to block mode downfield, and you're actually throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage, so they can block. It's a screen to the wide receiver, very well executed, and I think Dakota took a shot in the ribs there. Hopefully he's all right.
Coach, is the Aaron Widmar jump pass over the middle still in the playbook?
It's in the playbook, but I think it's on page 500.
2nd down and 5 from the 43. Power I. Hand off to Dion. To the right, to the 40, and then he's tripped up at about the Homer Center 38. I think he'll be a little bit short of the 1st down. But the times that play worked was just amazing.
I thought it was a lousy spot myself.
Let's see here.
Yeah, we're close.
Are they going to measure? Nope. About the 38, so it's 3rd. They'll need a yard. And this Blairsville crowd coming to life here in the 3rd quarter. Scott Thompson under center. Scott has the snap. He hands it off to guess who? Dion. He has the 1st down, even though they get him around the ankles and drop him, but it's enough for a 1st down carry for Dion Robinson. And he's up around 130 yards rushing in the game. Steady performance.
Well, absolutely, and one of the things we talked about earlier in the game is the coaching staff felt that Cameron Livingston had to get more touches. Apparently he felt he wasn't getting enough the way he picks the ball off or also returns the ball, but you can see why that is the case. It takes a lot of weight and a lot of hits off of Dion.
1st and 10 from the 36. Here comes a little delayed handoff, and this time the Homer Center defense is there to make one of their few stops of the night. But they saw that one coming, 2nd down.
That was either Steve McLaughlin or Dalton Kirkwood, but really they slow pursued very well on the zone cutback, and he was there to make the play. That's a good, well-schooled stop by a linebacker.
And that was Cam on that carry, right?
I believe that was Dion.
Okay. 2nd and 11. They'll lose a yard to the 37. Twin receivers will flank right. And under center will be the quarterback, Scott Thompson, with the football. Fakes the handoff to Dion, rolls right, puts it in the air. It's caught at the 30-yard line by Dakota Sunday. Going to be a little bit short of a 1st down.
Yeah, that's a good play calling. Gained some of the loss back. Again, puts it in a 3rd and a very makeable 2 or 3 yards, but Scott sold it with a great fake coming off the left side to Dion and then runs that boot back to the right side. He had great protection. He read his first key, and that, on the 2nd or 3rd step is when he has to make that read. He did it exactly the way he's supposed to do, but boy, does Dion draw the crowd.
3rd and 2 from the Homer Center 29 with 3:40 to play in the 3rd. 27-6 Blairsville. Let's see what Scott Thompson calls on here. Robinson, the lone setback. Quarterback keeper falls forward. 1st down. Scott Thompson inside the 25. Well, when you have the size of Scott, that's an excellent call.
Well, again, he has to pause off of that, and he has the presence of mind. I've just seen him grow by leaps and bounds these last couple of weeks. He's a good football player, he's just a good athlete, but he has the presence of mind to take the snap first, take the step, pick where he's going. And I'm sure he knew by counting the numbers, looking across at the defense where he wanted to go, but he just didn't run himself into the ball, which many times happens to young quarterbacks and causes a fumble.
1st down at the Homer Center 25. Thompson, inside handoff. Livington spins on his feet to the 20, down to about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he just put a nice move on the linebacker from Homer Center, stepped out of it very, very well, made a real nice carry. Talented back, very talented back.
You get pounded with the running ability of Dion Robinson, and then you got to stop the quickness of Cam Livingston. That carry to the 17. Well, they're going to make it the
let's say about the
18-yard line, and it will be 2nd down.
About 4.
Again, a good-looking drive for the Bobcats. It started back at the Homer 48 when receivers left. 2nd and 4 from the 18. Thompson to snap. Thompson a handoff. Dion to the right. It's just amazing. They need 3-4 defenders to finally bring him down at about the 16-yard line.
I'll tell you what, they had a rare Homer Center blitz that time. He almost had Scott in the backfield. A little bit of a slow leak on that right side. Going to have to get that thing patched up. You got to spy the linebacker.
Football at the Wildcat 16. 3rd and 1 is what the Bobcats need for the 1st down. Twin receivers are to the left of the line of scrimmage. The lone setback is Dion Robinson. Thompson again a quarterback keep, and again he has a 1st down to about the 12.
Yeah, he ran that sneak off a left tackle. He's really using his head here, counting the numbers, seeing where the holes are, and just taking advantage of it.
1st and just about goal to goal here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, they're about on the 9-yard line.
Yep.
A little shy of the 9.
That is it. Clock continues to run. Boy, this 3rd quarter almost over. 1:30 to play. 27-6 Blairsville with a lead. They have it 1st and goal at the Homer Center 9. Receiver flanked wide right. And Thompson now from the power I, and before the snap, we're going to have a timeout. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night continues 27-6 Blairsville. We're back here in 30 seconds on Cat Country 106.3 and all along the MSA Sports Network.
When I was in high school, I didn't know where I wanted to go to college. But I did know I wanted a major with job potential and a campus that felt like the right place for me. I chose IUP. I'm studying on a beautiful campus with great professors who focus on student success and 140 academic majors. I'm Megan Spangler. I study nursing. Find your success at IUP.
We are back here at Memorial Stadium in Blairsville where the Bobcats lead Homer Center 27-13. Some area scores. Penns Manor 34, Marion Center nothing. Purchase Line leading Northern Cambria 8-0. Indiana now up 22-0 on Elizabeth Forward.
You know what Penns Manor's record is, Chuck? They have 1 loss.
I'll tell you here in a second. Just to be sure, I'll let you know. Here we go. First down and goal from the 9. And Thompson hands it off to Dion. Still on his feet, and he's into the end zone. It was like the play was stopped at the 4-yard line, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere comes Dion Thompson and runs it into the end zone for a Blairsville touchdown.
And Dion Robinson did the same thing. I mean, the play may have stopped, but I know Dion, those legs didn't stop. You know, there was no doubt about it. He wanted to be in that end zone.
There was no whistle that stopped the play, though it was a strange sort of a run for Dion. 9-yard touchdown run. Now Stipchak wants to make up for that missed extra point from a moment ago. There's the snap. And now wait for the call just to make sure.
It's good.
It is good. It's an Indiana Regional Medical Center high school sports night. It's now 34-6 Blairsville. And we'll take this 30-second timeout. Cat Country 106.3, MSA Sports Network. We are back, and the Blairsville Bobcats now lead at 34-6 as this Wood scoring drive. Wood Chevrolet in Plumville, where after 50-plus years, come see why a Wood deal is a good deal for the Bobcats. They used 6 minutes and 32 seconds. The drive covered 48 yards in 10 plays. It was capped off by a Dion Robinson touchdown run of 9 yards, and the extra point from Stipchak makes it 34-6, and we have 1:08 left in this third period.
A lot of time to play a lot of football. Now, as a team that's up by 28 points, you start to wonder, how long do I leave certain people in certain positions? And that's one of those situations. If you do it right, it's okay. If you make a mistake, it's no good. Back to the game here. I'm really pleased with what Andrew's done. He's really spot placing the football where Coach wants him to put it. The coverage has been excellent. These guys are doing a nice job.
And to answer your question, Penns Manor does have 1 loss.
Well, that sets up a big game for next week because they're right back in it.
All right, here we go with the kickoff from Stipchak. A line drive. It's fumbled. Homer Center picks it up. And they're going to cross the 30-yard line to about the 33. And they'll have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was Rick Shirley on the stop. Again, fortunate to recover the football. That line drive bounced right off him. He picked it up. But, against that kind of kick coverage, when you run away from it, you're actually doing it a favor. And Ricky did a nice open field job of tackling.
So Homer has it at their 34. And they're now down 34-6 as we play here in the closing minutes of this third period. I'll remind you, the Cats will be on the road next week at Penns Manor, and well, that should be quite a matchup. We'll have the game for you here, 6:30 with the pregame. Cat Country 106.3 MSA Sports Network. John Ireland back in at quarterback, and he's going to hand it off to Jesse Lee to about the 36-yard line.
Well, I have to wonder right now, where is Ian Lee? If they were to lose him, that's a definite blow. Two of the biggest guns on your team to not be playing. Well, the Homer Center has a We have a few different numbers in there right now. Still the starting center's in the game. Starting guard is in the game. Still pretty much a starting offensive line, so nothing's really changed there, but they have a different tailback.
2nd down and 9 from the 36. Inside handoff again. Jesse Lee. We're down to 15 seconds in the quarter. And that's looks like it's going to run out here. So it's an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School sports night after 3 quarters. Blairsville 34, Homer Center 6. And we will be back in 60 seconds here on Cat Country 106.3 and the MSA Sports Network.
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe.
Would it be okay if I sat here? Is she serious? Whatever. New girl.
Single way. Yes, words can't bring me down.
Reaching out. Pass it on.
So don't you bring me
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Chuck Luck and Coach Al DeTore back here at Memorial Stadium as we start the 4th period. Blairsville 34 and Homer Center 6, 140 yards rushing to this point for Dion Robinson. 3rd down and 8. Line of scrimmage will be the 37 for Homer Center. So right now, time is on the side of the Blairsville Bobcats.
You know, if Blairsville can keep Homer from scoring, I'm sure what they would like to do is score one more touchdown and put this clock into a running mode.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
And remember, Blairsville lost at Homer Center last year, 41-16. So here we go on 3rd down and 8. Ireland with the football. Ireland being chased. Penalty marker on the play. The receiver comes back, and he makes the catch at 50, but
I think there's a hold.
Yeah.
I think this play's coming back.
Penalty marker as Ireland was rolling with that football. Again, our homecoming activity, and we congratulate Molly Sarver as the homecoming queen. It's just been amazing how the rain stopped before the game started, and we haven't seen a drop since.
You know what, the field's in pretty good shape too, Chuck. Again,
is.
I can't say enough about George Berkeley, Turk. You know, he takes care of this place, runs the fire department. He's a good guy. Really takes a lot of pride in what he's doing. And I also want to thank Beth Obardo for the job she did this week, putting all this homecoming stuff together. It's a big job that nobody wants anymore. And, you know, fortunately, she's a Blairsville girl and knows what it means for Blairsville kids.
This penalty will move the football back to the 21-yard line. And it will be 3rd down and 25 for Homer Center. Not much has gone right for the Wildcats tonight. They're going to have a number of streaks come to an end.
Now they're way behind the chains right now.
Yep.
Looks like there's a timeout or something going on here.
Officials will get together and decide what the call is. I think they might be changing the down on the stick.
It is 3rd down.
Yes.
It is 3rd down.
3rd and 24 from the 21. Now Coach Hartley has a question, and officials are going to come in.
Well, the down marker over there still says second down.
Right. I think that's what he wants to be changed.
Well, they marched off the penalty, so the down is over again. It is 2nd down.
Okay.
They marched off that penalty.
Now they changed the stick to 3rd.
3rd down.
All right. Here we go. 3rd and 24. That's what we'll go with. From the shotgun formation, Ireland has the snap. Wants to throw it. He does to his left. Man is there. McCracken. Is it intercepted? Who's got the ball? Incomplete. Wow. I thought we had it. I thought they had it.
Well, I think
they have it.
Scott Thompson thinks he had it. joint possession, goes to the receiver.
At the 50.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. There's a lot of officials over on the Homer Center bench.
Actually, they'll put it at the Blairsville 49.
And only one guy has stripes. So
and now we do have a timeout. IRMC High School football night continues. Blairsville leads Homer Center 34-6. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Cat Country 106.3 and the MSA Sports Network.
Wow. College already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy. And thanks for everything.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Homer Center with a 1st and 10 at the Blairsville 49, 11:26 to play. Motion man Cicela. And I think maybe one of the Cats might have jumped before that snap. Penalty marker on the play. Things were moving along pretty good here for the last couple of minutes.
Well, you know, I think the timeout was called just to settle everybody down. You know, in particular Scott, who thought he had the interception. And it was a good timeout. And again, there's no excuse for a senior jumping offside. And that just really burns me. And, you know, as much time as we spend on that, albeit he's not one of the down guys, there's just no excuse for that.
Flag against the Bobcats. Now it's 1st and 5 from the Blairsville 44. From the power eye for Homer Center before the snap. Penalty marker on the play. This will go against Homer Center.
See, now they get the 5 yards back, so I guess that makes it okay, right? Wrong. This one's on Homer Center, a motion. The lineman put his hand down in the ground, then pulled it back up. Once you have it in the ground, it has to stay there.
All right, so they'll now mark off the 5 against the Wildcats. Goes back to 1st and 10 at the 49.
You know, one of the biggest things, you know, with Dion not playing on the defensive side of the ball, he really has to work to keep himself moving, to keep himself warm, so that that tightness doesn't set in.
Cicela again in motion, slides to the left. Ireland turns and hands it off. And with the football, Jesse Lee, the sophomore.
And again, Blairsville ran a little stunt off of the left side that time. He ran the strong safety, and I just see the white hat admonishing somebody in Blairsville's side of the ball. And
Rodez is coming out?
Rodez is coming out, so that might be an indicator right there. Get yourself under control, play the game. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to watch next week.
That gain was 1 yard. They're down to 5 seconds on the snap clock. 2nd and 9 from the 48. They get it away. Pitch back is fumbled by McAdoo. They string him out, and they come in to make the stop.
You know, very nice job that time. Jalen Ridbaum, also the corner on that side. Right now, I think it's Ricky Shirley. They came up, shut that alley. There was nowhere for him to run. Inside pursuit got down the line very well. Trail side tackle got down the line. You know, I think Rodez just got a tune-up on the sideline, very mild one, and I think he's ready to go back in. He was sputtering a little bit out there. They had to make an adjustment.
This fourth quarter being brought to you by Blairsville Floor Covering. Top quality floor products right here in your own backyard. 3rd and 9 from the Blairsville 48 for the Wildcats with 9:54 to play. 34-6 is the Blairsville lead here on homecoming. And Homer Center not in a big hurry. We've seen teams fall behind this year and really not speed up that offense. Ireland with a pass, and it's caught at the 40, and then it's dropped. Boy, there was a lot of activity after that ball looked like it was going to be caught at the 40-yard line.
I think it was caught and torn out of his hands. Yeah, that was the big tight end. That's the first time they went to Brad Black tonight. I think it was pulled out of his hands, but it might have been jarred loose on Rodez Henderson coming back from his defensive line pass rush, trailing back to the play. That's the ultimate hustle. That's what you want. Now Blairsville's going to be in a punt return formation here.
Homer Center gets some people off the field.
This, of course, is their backup punter also.
It's Ireland back in punt formation.
I don't think Blairsville's looking for any kind of return here, more of a hold.
Snap, then they're going to throw the football. Nope, they're going to kick it. He ran with it a little bit, kicks it away. Pretty good punt.
Oh, don't let it
Blairsville will watch it go inside the 5.
No.
Oh, went into the end zone.
Big break for Blairsville. Got to catch the punt. Got to catch the punt. Let's go back to pet peeves again. That's my third one. Looking at third call strike, not catching the punt and jumping offside in the defensive line. You got to field the punt. Had he stopped that on the 1 yard line, not only you're backed up against the wall in a tight game, you don't want to do that obviously, but that was a 9 yards on top of the punt. Got to catch the punt.
Cats will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, up 34-6 with 9:24 to play in the football game. And again, the official having a conversation with, this time, Scott Thompson.
I think he was just telling him, nice job.
Okay. So here come the Cats.
Keep the guys together.
Yep. Wide right, wide left. Scott will come under center with the power eye and give it off to Dion. To his left, to the 20, to the 25, across the 30, 35, 40, 45, and then caught from behind. Another outstanding run for Dion Robinson.
Yeah, great stock block downfield, great lead kickoff block, Cam Livingston. There's a flag on the play. It looks like a charity flag.
Wow. And it looks like it is coming back.
Yeah, Joe Canoni down there. He hasn't thrown a flag yet tonight, so. One thing you don't want to do is let your flag throwing arm tighten up.
Keeping it loose.
Got to keep it loose.
And this will cost the Cats. Let's see how much.
It's a 10.
5?
Well, it's going to cost them probably 35 yards when you take away that run. And add 10 on top of that.
So they'll put it at the 14-yard line.
But here again, Chuck, you know, I thought it was a great stock block. It might have been a great stock block because he had 2 hands full of jersey, too. In all fairness to Joe.
1st and 15 now. Back at about the 14-yard line. Scott gets back under center now. This time he wants to throw. Looks left, puts it down the sideline. Man is there, deflected and incomplete. Intended receiver, Ricky Shirley, but a good defensive job there by the Bobcats.
Yeah, John Ireland really had good position. Ricky had him beat. He had him by a step. I think if Scott gets it out there another yard, you know, it's going to be a big gain. He's probably going to make the tackle, but a good recovery on his part could have been a pick.
2nd down and 15. Football remains at the Bobcat 14-yard line.
Yeah, Blairsville's now looking at 15 yards to get that 1st down, so.
And they'll give it right to Dion. He has a little bit of a hole up across the 15-yard line.
And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, close to it. He's still about 4 yards shy of that little sprint draw action off the right side.
3rd down call, 8:46 left in this game. 17-yard line will be the line of scrimmage, so Blairsville will need 13 for the 1st down. Now Dakota Sunday is flanked wide to the right.
Yeah, Blairsville's in an empty set.
Yep. Only Thompson behind the center has the snap. Rolls out of the pocket, keeps the football to the 20, to the 25, across the 30, 35, 40, on his feet at the 45, up the sideline, the midfield, and you're going to say he stepped out of bounds because he made another cut towards the center of the field, but that's a big 1st down inside Homer Center territory, hit about the 47-yard line. That was almost the 2nd most fantastic run of the night.
Well, I'm not going to give that one up yet. I think it was a good run. I think it was played by design. You know, Scott is another running back in the backfield if he needs to be. He's very capable of throwing the ball. He just rolled out to the left side here. Homer Center rushed 4 that time. No linebackers blitz. Everybody was in coverage. He just took it down the sideline. Big carry, big play.
From the Blairsville 17 to the Homer Center 46, it's now 1st and 10 for Blairsville. And here comes Dion. They got him by the jersey, and he's still picking up yardage inside the 40-yard line.
Yeah, great acceleration there. Even with that jersey grab, he still put it into another gear and got it up the sideline, picked up 5 yards.
Are tearaway jerseys still available?
Not in high school. Well, they're probably illegal, but who can afford it, you know? You buy shirts today, they have to last you 10 years.
And they'll put this one at the Homer 39.
Second and about 4.
Yep. Yeah, Dion would go through about a dozen every game. 8:08 left.
If it was possible, I'd put him in a smaller one. It would be so skin tight they wouldn't be able to do that.
Pistol formation for Scott Thompson. Sidecars to his right. Has the snap. Gives it to Dion. He'll spin. Stay on his feet, and it looks like he got the first down. Good second effort for Dion.
Tell you, it's a nice little option off the tackle. Scott Thompson pulls that ball. He's dancing in the end zone right now. Everybody flies to Dion.
That run from the 39 to the 34, and that's a first down. Should be up near about 180 yards or so for Robinson. 164, well, that's near 180. First and 10 from the 34 for Blairsville. Pistol for Thompson, marker with 7 seconds left on the snap clock. Maybe it's the game clock that
there's nothing.
Nothing. Maybe there's no clock. Let's see here. Yeah, they wave it off. All right. No, the play clock was down to 8 seconds.
Right.
So I don't know what that one was. That was keeping that arm loose.
Must have been.
First and 10 from the 34 for Blairsville. From the pistol for Scott Thompson. Inside handoff it comes here to Livingston. And as he cuts to his left, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, he ran the same counter back. Nice defensive stop, Tommy Rohrer there. He wasn't having any part of that counter.
No gain for Cam. Second and 10 from the 34. Of course, Blairsville's not going to be in any hurry. They'll use as much as that 25-second clock as they can.
And as they should.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly a score starts the mercy rule, but you're going to use every second.
Scott from the pistol. Has the snap. Gives it to Dion. Cuts right. Inside the 30-yard line. Dion Thompson. Right when it looks like you have him stop, the next play he breaks off a big run.
Well, what's making that happen, too, is I think Blairsville has just secured superiority in that front line. I just saw Josh Brown level a Wildcat, put him on his back. Great block. I mean, they're just moving people off the ball right now.
Dion takes it to the Homer 29. 3rd and 5 now with 6:22 to play. Blairsville 34, Homer Center 6. Thompson waits the snap from center from the pistol. Long count.
It's movement on Blairsville's left side. I know coach is not going to be happy with this. This is just a mental errors that can't happen, that cost you in close games. And, you know, you got to get your head on. You have to think about your job. The only thing you have to be concerned about is the next play. And unfortunately, some people have their minds elsewhere right now.
And it prolongs the length of the game.
Well, it might be the homecoming dance. I don't know.
It's now 3rd and 10, and they'll move it back to the 34-yard line. Thompson fumbles the snap. He's going to keep the football. Cut to the right. And gets back to about the line of scrimmage, the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I'm just going to comment, too, about Tom Tripodis. He's been true on those shotgun snaps the entire evening.
Yeah.
You know, as Jalen Ridbaum is on the PATs, on the punt outs. And I don't think that was the fault of the snapper there. I think Scott might have been looking downfield a little bit, trying to read that option again, and just, again, lack of concentration late in the game. You're up by a lot of points, and you just can't do this. It brings up 4th down and a long 9.
Keep it at the 34, 5:17 and counting. 34-6 Bobcats. Wide receiver left. Shotgun now for Scott. Has the snap, does want to throw. Left side, man is there, caught! 20-yard line, Livingston down to about the 17, and that should be a Bobcat first down.
And it is.
Good throw and catch, gets it down to the Homer 17, and I said when you're the opposing defense, just when it looks like you have this Blairsville offense stopped, they come out with something and pick up the first down.
And again, you know, there may be people questioning why would Blairsville be throwing with this kind of lead. I think they're just trying to make the sticks. I'd be shocked if they threw for a touchdown pass. They're just trying to make the sticks, keep the drive alive, and try to get to that mercy rule.
Line of scrimmage will be the 18, 1st and 10. And they're going to give it to the left side, and it's going to be a short gain to Shirley.
Ricky Shirley. Steve McLaughlin was just sitting there playing a true outside defense, you know, not going with the flow, sat there perfectly, made a nice play.
Ricky Shirley, the sophomore. He does pick up 2 yards to the Homer Center 16, 2nd down and 8. Receiver, one will be Shirley to the right, Dakota Sunday to the left. And Scott Thompson now under center with the football. The handoff to Dion, left side to about the 11. That's been their best tackle of the night, is to run him out of bounds.
Yeah, that worries me every time anybody goes near our sidelines. First of all, the track is too close to the field. And then the buffer area between the grass and the track, because the elevation was so ridiculous, is filled with gravel and 2B modified, which is a fancy name for stone. Concrete.
Yeah.
You know, that's ridiculous.
Dion went out at the 13-yard line. There's 4 minutes to play in the game. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Bobcats. As Thompson gets under center now, hands it off to Dion, bounces off, goes to his right, heads for the 10, puts his head down, and gets down to about the 7-yard line.
It's a first down.
First down, Bobcats. And again, that front line for the Cats, they've been doing it all night.
Well, what really set it up nice is Dion paused, froze, and then takes that step to the outside and comes right back with that burst of speed. You know, he needed 5. He's a yard shy.
Oh, boy.
4th down again.
At the 9.
They've been successful with a sneak in this situation many times here. Scott's going to look over the numbers. I think he likes off tackle.
Thompson with the call. Long count. There's the sneak. There's the first down to the 5. In fact, he's going to take it right into the end zone. I don't want just a yard. I'll take 9. Touchdown, Bobcats. 3:14 to play.
Well, I think right now you're going to see a lot of wholesale substituting for Blairsville. You know, the clock is going to roll, and it's time to get some JVs in there, get some younger players in the game. Certainly don't want to get anybody hurt now, and I think, too, just a warm-up for tomorrow's JV game.
An 80-yard drive. Scott Thompson, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Stipchak for the extra point. Here's the snap. There's the kick. And it is good. And Homer Center, who scored 41 against Blairsville last year, now trails 41-6. It's an IRMC high school football night. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Cat Country 106.3 and on the MSA Sports Network. Coming to you tonight from our S&T Bank broadcast booth here at Memorial Stadium in Blairsville. 3:03 to play in the game. Bobcats lead the Wildcats 41-6.
This sets up a big game for both Blairsville and Penns Manor next week.
Yep.
You know, right now, Blairsville being undefeated, should they lose next week, that puts everybody back in the mix again, you know, especially teams with 1 loss. So, you know, it's nothing that Blairsville can overlook. I don't think there's a team on this schedule that this coaching staff is going to let them look over, with, you know, 12 seniors and the vast majority of them contributing in a major way. they're not going to look beyond it either. Maturity is the key word here, and that's exactly what has to take place.
All right, let's see what we have here for the Homer Center Wildcats. 1st and 10 from the 31. They have a new quarterback. That is Jonah Bentz, a sophomore.
Yeah, both benches have pretty much cleared. You're seeing a prelude to tomorrow's JV game here right now. This is a good situation. This is the exact time when this should be happening.
The ball was carried for about 4 yards to the 35, 2nd down and 6 with 2:35 to play in the game. So the Bobcats leading here 41-6. Penns Manor leading against Marion Center 40-0. Two teams meet next Friday night at Penns Manor. Here comes the pitch back left. That's Coleman with the football down the far sideline in front of the Wildcat bench.
Zach Sleesman had to chase on over there. He got a little bit too deep and got behind the play. He had some good help on the inside that time. Not only Hunter Knoll.
Coleman to the 40.
But also Noah Sleesman.
There he is. Freshman that played his first action last week for the Bobcats. Third down, they'll need a yard.
And the clock continues to run.
1:45 and counting. Homer Center comes up. Tristan Debner gets reset. They spin. They hand it off, and that should be enough for the first down. We're down to a minute and a half left.
I didn't think, the clock does not stop in that situation.
Now reset the chains. Homer Center will have the football at the 43, so that's the first down run. And it's 1st and 10 with 1:15 to play. In for Blairsville, Brandon Rebo. Down to the final minute of this one, a successful homecoming night. What was I looking at there? 15 carries for Lee. Where's Dion? 171. Okay, on the night. Penalty marker on the play.
Delay a game.
Delay a game. But shouldn't the clock keep running?
Clock keeps running.
But it doesn't.
We've got a kind clock operator.
There it goes. 48 and counting. So the Bobcats win this battle of the undefeated, moving to 6-0. And they'll be getting set for the once beaten Penns Manor Comets next Friday night on the road. Homer Center with the straight handoff. Their quarterback is Jonah Bentz.
Chaz Sleesman. Chaz has been out most of the year with a broken ankle. Came back 2 weeks ago. Nice stop, good penetration in the backfield there, and I think you can put this one in the books.
That is going to be it. The Blairsville Bobcats have defeated the Homer Center Wildcats 41-6 here on Homecoming 2014.